Okay, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and make a motion that we get this meeting started.
Second,
Okay, we're in at 8 o'clock on 10/21.
Roll call.
All in attendance, Mike,
Yes.
Sue? Yes, she's there, I see her.
I'm here.
And then Nick had an appointment this morning, so he was not able to be here. So it's just gonna be 2 trustees today.
Right. Okay, we're going to dispel with the Pledge of Allegiance due to the circumstances. Any announcements and correspondence?
No.
Okay, I've had a few expressing their concerns about how much taxes they are paying in Brimfield, and I'm to the point with this one person, I'm done responding because I'm not going to be insulted on the phone or on the email. So, I mean, my suggestion to him was, if he's so worried about the taxes, to possibly look into another community where the taxes are more of what he's looking for. He has a feeling that we don't spend his money right, and he has no benefits from being here in Brimfield, et cetera, et cetera. You know, it is what it is. Our jobs as trustees are to, when we see a need, we run a levy. And it's their job as residents to vote yes or no on that levy. That's all we can do.
100% right.
Sue, have you had any correspondence?
You know, Mike, I think sometimes people don't realize that township government in itself has no control over the school. The school is a complete separate entity.
Right, exactly.
That's just my opinion.
Well, and we have gotten some comments on the fact that, yeah, we raised the school levy and it's not even us. I know Nick has been having people complaining about the school levy to him, and he has to explain to him, hey, that's not our board that was involved with that. So,
and then I've had actually 3 phone calls, well, two visits to the restaurant and a phone call in reference to the Janie Lane road sign and what we're doing. And we've had 2 people come in from outside of town to try to find where he lives. And they show up at the restaurant and they are very passionate about what we are doing. And then another older lady on the phone called just to tell how much she appreciates what we're doing. So
I think it's a good thing.
It is. It's I just never realized the passion some of these people have for this, but it's out there. So I've been working with John Oswald's sister, Michelle, and we've got the sign put together, and we'll stay tuned, but it's a good thing. So, okay.
That's good.
So we have no scheduled meeting guest. I have read the agenda, and is there any deletions or additions to the agenda?
No.
I have one.
Okay.
I need to add on under the fiscal officer, number 1, Summa Care renewal.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Does anybody else have any? Okay. So my motion is to, under fiscal officer number 2, Summa Care renewal. I need a second.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, now, John, for the purchase orders and warrants, since I was not able to review them, I guess we're gonna have to table them.
Yeah, we do, because
Okay.
I had Sue and
I'd like to
Nick
make
come
that
over,
motion.
but Nick can't vote, so
Yeah, I'll
I'll
make that motion to move it to the next meeting.
Okay, and I'll second it.
so we're moving to table POs to the next meeting. Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed.
Okay, so public comments and questions. I have not had anybody ask me to say anything. Sue, you're okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay, well, with that said, are there any safety concerns?
None.
Okay, no safety concerns? You have something, Craig?
No, I was saying none.
Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and start with the police department.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Hey, Roy.
Just got a couple of items for you this morning, a couple of informational items and one item that will require board authorization. I attached a copy of a letter of commendation I recently issued to Officer Mike Rose for a suicidal subject with a firearm incident he was recently involved in on September 27th. As I've indicated to you in the past, when we recognize officers for the good things that they're doing, serving the community, and we issue things like letters of commendation, I'd like to share those with you guys as the Board of Trustees as well, just to make you aware of that. So I attached a copy of that letter for your reference this morning, and just wanted to point out the recognition to Officer Mike Rhodes and the good job he did on that incident on September 27th.
Yeah, thanks for letting
Also
us know.
attached a second item with my report this morning. There's a listing of streetlights that are currently out in the township. And as I looked at that list when it was originally provided to me, some of these lights are going to obviously fall under the jurisdiction of ODOT because they sit along State Route 43. Some of these are also going to fall under the jurisdiction of the county because they're on a county road, and I have some of those that are going to be on township roads. But the whole list is comprehensive of all those lights that are currently out within the township. My question is, I don't know who can route this to the appropriate person at the county and or ODOT to take a look at that for the lights that are out on their roads, but I wanted to make you aware of the overall situation with the light outages.
Well, Roy, what I can do with these, as long as they're not like Pleasant Lakes, which has their own lighting issues there. If they're in the ESIP program through Ohio Edison, I can call on all these. It doesn't matter if they're on 43 or 18.
Okay.
We just have to give them the number, and then they'll go out and fix the lights.
Okay.
So my office will take care of these, unless there's one on, let me see here real quick. Yeah, all these roads they all should be good. So I can take care of all these.
Okay. If you need anything further from me on that, John, just let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Last information item this morning is just want to update the board on our police officer position posting. That posting went live the first of this week. We'll probably leave that open for at least 2 more full weeks to see what kind of feedback we get on the applicants, and then we'll move forward with processing that. But that position went live the first this week, and we'll be moving forward on that after the next couple of week period while that remains open. So just wanted to give you an update on that piece. I do have one item that's going to require board authorization this morning. I do have a purchase order request payable to Vance's in the amount of $5,483.20, and that is to purchase ammunition and taser training cartridges for the police department.
Okay, I will go ahead and make a motion that we approve $5,483.20 to Vance's for ammunition.
Second,
Yeah, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, thank you. The only other item I have, and I didn't look at the agenda first thing this morning, but I do have a request for an executive session this morning to discuss the compensation of a public employee.
Yeah, that's on there, Roy, so we're
Okay.
all good.
Just wanted to double check. That's all I have this morning, Mike, unless you have any other questions for me.
Nope, sounds good. Thank you, Roy.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, fire department.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Hi, Craig.
Do you have your agenda in front of you from me?
I do.
Okay, on the fire department, just wanted to let the board know and the public know that we will be doing a Halloween detail. So we'll be out in the public on Halloween night between the 5 and 7 range with fire department vehicles handing out candy to kids. So Myers was able to generously donate again candy for this event. So we'll be out in the public, maybe in some costumes. I don't know. We'll see. What do you
Sounds
got?
good.
What kind of costumes are you gonna be in?
Don't know. Usually it's kids' costumes, so it's hard to find adults. But maybe we'll just be firemen, you know.
All right.
Okay, and you guys are going to be socially distanced and everything, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, but we've done it the past few years, and I think it's received very well.
Very good.
Also, just a reminder to you and the public, our fire department admin building levy on November 3rd. I have, as you stated in the beginning, I started to get some feedback on some things, and it was good feedback because I put 1,500 flyers out there, and I hadn't received anything until yesterday, but the phone calls I received yesterday, I was able to explain some things to them to hopefully get a positive vote for that. So I encourage, again, if you're getting any questions, they could email or call me, and I could try to explain some stuff if you're not getting anywhere.
That's a good point, Craig. They need to reach out.
Yeah, like I said, I purposely put my email on there because I want to be able to answer questions. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't got anything, but you know, it is what it is.
Good.
But we encourage people to go out and vote, and I think we're seeing more and more absentee voting this year than ever.
Right, for sure. Okay.
But that's coming up, so we're crossing our fingers and hoping for the best.
Right.
That's all I had for fire department. I just have admin stuff now.
Sounds good.
Okay. On number 1 of the admin, we have a CARES Act fund explanation letter that is to you guys. Really what I need out of that is just to provide you guys a breakdown. But what we need to do, and I'll have John jump in here, is to allocate the funds that have been given to us so we can reappropriate those. And John, do we need the total amount or just the second amount? Because we did the first one.
Well, I'm just gonna kind of go through the whole list here again, just to, Sue, I didn't really have a chance I was gonna talk to you while you were here yesterday, but I kind of got busy about this. Mike, I talked to you about, I'm just gonna go through it again here. The COVID money that we're getting is $485,787.65. And that's going to be a number that we need to approve for appropriations in the new 2181 account, which is the COVID account. The way we've got this broken down right now is the admin reimbursement is going to be for the IT requests, Maryland cleaning, admin reimbursements. Out of that amount, $102,000 is going to go into the admin side. Due to some laws that are out there under COVID, the big thing that changed for September, or in September, is that they approved passing salaries for frontline workers, which here in Brimfield, we have the police and fire that fall into that category. So what we're going to do is we're going to split the remaining balance of the COVID money alone to those 2 departments to cover payroll. And an additional, I think we were even thinking about buying additional clothing out of there for some of the frontline workers, but that's going to be $192,000 a piece to both of them, which equals $384,000, which uses up our $485,787.65. The reason we're doing this as well is there's some COVID rules that are out there. If there are other townships or cities or villages in Portage County that don't use all their money, anybody that has used all their money can use that money in the pool. So we're hoping to be available for that, because we kind of, knowing what we talked about a little bit earlier too, with some of the new COVID things that are coming out with the new cases and spiking and expectations for the fall of what we don't know, we kind of just need to have this money there just in case, we get someone at the police department or at the fire department that gets COVID. That causes all kinds of issues for us in regards to payroll. And I think that's just where we need to store that money for right now. So I need a motion today to approve that. And Sue, did you get that copy of that breakdown?
Yes, I
as
do.
well?
I have the whole packet,
Okay.
and I would
Thank
like
you.
to make that motion.
Okay. Mike, you got it as well?
Right. I'm good with it. So.
Okay. All right. So we just need, I'm going to have a motion that we approve the COVID breakdown for reimbursement as presented in the letter, and I'll break it down in the email or the motion here of what departments they're going to.
Right.
Mike, you're going to second that?
I am seconding that.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike,
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. I want to thank Roy and Craig and Chris and all the administrative staff that's helped getting this. Brian's done a lot with this as well. So thank you guys for handling this uncommon situation that we have. So I appreciate your help.
Thank you, John. I do have a few comments to that still,
Okay.
though. Since everybody's on, and this includes Dave or anybody else. If you are spending money that is related to COVID, before you send a receipt to the fiscal office, please make yourself a copy also. So we have double copies of that. Because in the end, I'm going to collect everything and make sure that, 2 years from now, we're not audited. So please make a copy of anything you think is COVID related. Write that on there so we know it. And are you good with that, John?
Yeah, they're going to get a copy to the fiscal office and one to you as well.
That's what I would like to have.
Yeah.
So if
Roy, you
send
good
it
with
back-
that? Dave?
I'm sorry, repeat that for me, John?
We just want to get a copy of 2 receipts, one to the fiscal office, one to Craig, because Craig's kind of keeping track of all of it.
For expenditures?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I want to have some checks and balances in the end, Roy, that, says that, hey, my numbers match up to everybody else's numbers and we don't get audited.
Okay.
So if you don't mind. With that being said, and I know there's no argument on our end as a township, but we're starting to run about 2 to 3 COVID calls a week. I know that's not crazy, but it's more than we've ever had. So we are walking on eggshells around here. I mean, because gives us anxiety when we get those calls. I mean, nobody wants to take that home. So it is getting worse. So just want you to know that. Moving on, and this is where Rochelle would jump in. We want to talk about cemetery software purchase. This is something we had in place as a goal for 2020. We need this to be completed. She's taken the lead on this, and she has a recommendation. So, Rochelle, if you could go ahead.
Yeah, so can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so our current software we are using is Burroughs. It's outdated. It runs with Adobe, which is no longer going to be available after this year. So that's kind of, I think, what sparked us looking into other softwares. I've looked into kind of the best that they offer right now for cemetery softwares, and I narrowed it down to SemSites is the one that I would recommend for us. It is a cloud-based software. With this software, we'll be able to access cemetery records from phones or tablets. I will be able to edit the software or information in the software from a phone or a tablet. So if I'm over at the cemetery, I'll be able to edit those records, not from my desk computer, but while I'm at the cemetery. So this will give me quicker access to records if I do need them. And it's really easy to use. After looking at it, it presents the percentages of available plots we have. So it's going to give us better reporting as well. It offers, we'll be able to integrate it to our website. So the public will be able to access records. It also offers walk to site navigation. So the public will be able to kind of find graves easier when they are over visiting the cemetery. And the other big thing about this that I liked was we can customize the software to meet our needs. So if we want to add something in the future that we don't already have using the software, they can customize it to whatever we might need.
Okay. I mean, is there going to be a lot of work on your part for transferring everything, or is it?
Nope, they can move all of our information, our records from our current software to the new software, and they'll handle all that for us.
Now, will this include the older cemetery? One off of Magato Road,
West Lawn?
West Lawn?
Well, as far as I know, there weren't any records for West Lawn. There was no sexton or anything for that cemetery, so we don't really have records for that cemetery right now.
Because John was over there recently and
Mhm.
he told, we talked about how much space is over there. So that would be one thing we might want to look into, because if we do have extra space, it might be worth, maybe selling burial plots over there.
Yeah, there's a
But
good
I don't-
3 to 4 acres of open cemetery land over there, just in case we run out of room. So is
Yeah.
is
Maybe-
there any records in Portage County anywhere, Rochelle, that might be back there from 150 years ago?
I found a book that Portage County, I think it's the Genealogical Society put out. That's where I read that nobody had any records, and that was published back in '92. I can check more into it though to see if anybody found anything.
Okay.
From what I understand though, it was people who lived on the west side of Brimfield were buried in that cemetery. So,
Okay.
With that book, the original book actually was published in 1930. And then in 1992, the Genealogy Society, they went ahead and updated it so that it has all the records in it up
Oh,
through
okay.
1991.
okay.
Sue, do you know anything about that cemetery?
What,
Sue?
the West Lawn? No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay, well, it'd be worth looking into. So, okay, well, I know we got off on a different track, but I mean, with space being valuable, it might be something worth looking into. Well, I'm going to make a motion that the board approves $13,880 for a new cemetery software purchase. Who are we buying this from?
It's called SEM Sites.
What's it called?
SEM Sites.
Can you spell that, Rochelle? I can't hear you very well.
Yeah, it's CEMSITES.
And John,
BEM sites.
this
Okay.
money we had set aside, right?
Yeah, it's out there. We had it in the cemetery, but
We anticipated this cost coming.
yeah, I guess I never heard it. It's BEM sites, B as in boy, EMSITES.
C as in cat.
Cemetery.
SEM. Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay. SEM sites. Okay.
Okay, Sue, we need a second.
Second,
Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes?
Sue?
yes.
Motion passed.
Okay.
Thank you, Rochelle.
I just wanted to say Rochelle's been working on this very diligently. So it's been a lot of work, and this is the best choice.
Thank you, Rochelle.
Thanks.
Okay, so now we're on the state mandated color chart.
Okay, so we had a meeting last Friday, kind of a informative meeting that we talked about this state mandate chart. Where I sit with things is as the colors of the state fluctuate from yellow to red to purple, wherever it goes, we need to have a guideline of what we're doing as an administrative building here / township building. So I came up with an idea, and it's in front of you, the COVID-19 operation guideline. It kind of encompasses all departments, but it also leaves leeway. For example, police department would follow the police SOPs, road department would follow the road SOPs. I would speak for my fire department and the admin staff here. But what this does in general, it just follows the state mandate color chart. When, for example, when the county is red, we follow certain guidelines. When the county is yellow, we follow certain guidelines. So hopefully you read that. I guess I need to answer any questions if you have any on that.
No, I was very impressed with it. I think it's a great guideline, and then there's no confusion as to when we are and when we aren't. So,
Well, again, I think we followed the state guidelines up until now. So why would I just make up my own stuff? We'll just follow the state guidelines.
no, I think you guys did a great job.
So, like I said, I would get together with each department head because they would have their own SOPs on that. But this gives a very broad spectrum of where it sits.
Okay, well, I'm going to make a motion that we approve the COVID-19 operations guideline. I just need a second.
Second,
All those in favor? Mike?
Anything? I just wanted to see
I'm
if Sue
sorry.
had any questions. Sue, are you good?
Yes.
Okay, John.
All those in favor, Mike?
Yes?
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed. Hey, Craig, can you email Kirsten the electronic copy of this? Okay.
I also, Roy and Dave, Roy, do you have a copy of this yet?
I'm sorry, what's that, Craig?
You have a copy of this yet?
I do not.
Okay, I will make sure you get a copy so you can have any explanations. And like I said, obviously it says in there that your department will follow your guidelines.
Okay,
So
sounds
it
good.
doesn't tie you in. Dave, I will also meet with you and go over some questions that I know you have, and then I will meet with the admin staff and make sure everybody understands, including zoning.
Good job, Craig, on this. Appreciate it.
Okay. Oh, also, trustees, I know it was sent to you, Nick Koya had sent out a COVID daily checklist.
Yes.
I know we needed to talk about it. I know that he is getting that from PERP and some relation to his job through the BWC. I'm not sure if we need to approve this or how you guys feel about daily checklists on this.
I think my thing is, let's wait till Nick gets back. I did review it. I thought it's pretty good.
Okay.
But I mean, it's nothing we have to do right this second, but I'd like to. I mean, it's just, I think he's just,
Just so you're aware of it.
yep, I think he's getting stuff from elsewhere, but it is, I mean, it's all stuff you're probably already doing.
Yes.
I would hope you guys are already doing it, but it'd be nice to, I mean, I think if I'm getting it right, Nick wants to do it daily. So, which is probably exactly like any business in town is doing right now. So it makes sense.
Okay.
Do
So
you,
just
do you
so
want us to approve it or do you want to wait for Nick?
I
I mean,
just need to be aware of it.
I mean, I think it's a good tool, but let's put it on the agenda for next meeting.
Okay.
And then Sue, have you had a chance to read it?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, let's make sure, you try to read it in the next couple weeks and
I'll be ready for the next meeting.
I'm hoping all you guys, I mean, you all know pretty much what you have to do. So.
Right.
Okay.
Last thing I have is we have decided on a zoning secretary hire. Her name is Lauren Kaufman. I have been in contact with her. I've been in contact with the fiscal office to get things ready as far as paperwork wise, and she will be starting Monday, November 2nd. That will be a full-time position that we're looking to fill, and very excited to have her be a part of our township.
Okay, well, she's putting in a 2-week notice.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
good. So,
We need to approve his hiring too in a motion.
okay. Well, I will go ahead and make a motion to hire Lauren Kaufman to start on November 2nd for our zoning secretary.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes?
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed. She seems like a very nice girl. I met her the other day.
Yep. So, and if you don't have any questions, that's all I have.
Thank you, Craig.
Okay.
Okay, Mike?
Thank you. Thanks again for the board approving zoning secretary. It's much needed. We're running a little bit behind here. So the virtual Board of Zoning Appeals hearing is tonight, 7 o'clock. Demolition of homes on Maple Crest West is now completed. Sunny Hill Villas is under construction still. It's going very well. Working on plan review for the new self-storage buildings on Highway View, which is behind Walmart.
Okay.
Comprehensive land use plan, working on the SWOT analysis with the department heads. We did have a meeting. It went very well this last Friday. Hickory Creek PRD was approved and the BZA is now, and it's now on the list for regional planning. I'm also working with the developer on finishing up Oakwood Acres, which was started a long time ago. Only one house was built there and the road is way too small. So we're gonna make that road to county standards. and there's going to be some new housing going up in there.
So they are going to widen that road?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
It's going in as a county standard road right now, and we've had preliminary meetings with the county, and the county engineer was involved, and there's a lot of stuff that has to happen in that area, but we'll get it right.
How many homes you guess?
20 at the most. So
Okay.
it all depends that he's got a retention basin in the back, and there's some setback issues. So if we can resolve those setback issues, you know, it's all depending. The houses are going to be a little bit higher quality from what he's saying. Price range is going to be up. They're more custom built. Permit fee report, zoning to date is $111,375. Fire is $16,410. So our total fees to date is $127,785. So second highest year so far, and we might still make it as the highest year for permit fee.
Any new businesses to report, or other than
We have the car wash that's still coming on. We have a restaurant that's interested in Maple Crest West. Both of those would be in Maple Crest West. I have some news. There's a developer emailing me today. We're still trying to lock in the LI behind Myers. And we do have a business coming in where the Tom Shaw property is. I think it was the old CB radio shop or something.
Yeah.
And that is on a BZA tonight for, it's like sheds and playground equipment. They want to fix up that entire building and then put the sales behind it, fence it in. The guy that's coming in, it's a reputable company, and his plans are to clean up the whole area. So
Didn't Paul buy that? Paul DeJoria, or did that not go through?
I guess that did not go through with Tom Shaw. So this guy is coming in for now. But
Okay.
it's the whole point is getting it cleaned up. We do have some preliminary information from attorneys on, if you just go past 76 and 18 right there, they're looking at, there's a building for sale, abandoned building that's been there for years. I think it was a gas station at one point. There's another gas station looking at coming in there.
It's Emma Jean's Ice Cream.
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, that'd be good. Mike, have you heard anything on that nursing home project on?
Yes.
4th Street?
Yes, last month we granted the extension of time for them, and they said that they wanted to fit and have all plans in this year. So
So it seems like most commercial developments sort of taking their time, aren't they?
it's slowed down. The trades are hard to get. They're busy as heck. From what I'm hearing, it's tough getting materials and getting the trades in. So a little bit slower. We do have projects that are going, like Redwood. They're ready to go. They have to pay permit fees. They just did the plan review on that one, as well as the apartments on Sunnybrook. They're just, I don't know where he's getting the material, but he's moving fast. So
Probably Menards. I can't believe how nice that store is.
yeah, that's gorgeous in there.
And all the wood they have back there, it's crazy.
Yeah, they got a lot
Really
of
nice.
Yeah, I like it.
I do too.
Hey, Mike, on Sanctuary Drive there, that 55 and older behind Holiday Inn, did that kind of go away?
Yes, it did. For now, that developer, which was, I believe it was Clover Development, they build all around the country. They were a little bit reluctant to come to see how Redwood does, because Redwood's coming in with another 100 units, and they usually predominantly have 55 and older in Redwood. I know there's some exceptions to that, but their median age is 55. So they're waiting to see how that goes, and if that project goes forward, they might back out because that eats up their market. So
Okay.
I do have a meeting with Sabrina Bennett and a developer out of Cleveland. Kanata is his name. He's a big developer. I've dealt with him in the past. We're looking at the old Holiday Inn on Monday. So,
Oh, good, because that's a mess up there as well.
yeah, I think he's got Sabrina already involved, so I think he's pretty far along in the process, but we'll see how that goes.
Would he be residential or commercial?
I have no idea. I'm supposed to meet with him Monday and find out what his ideas are. I'm going to bring the code book out there and we're going to go through his uses because I don't think he's determined a use yet.
Okay. Well, thanks, Mike.
Sure.
Okay, anything else? So you got any questions?
No.
Okay, good.
Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you. Okay, road department. Dave, I can't hear you.
He's muted.
How about now?
There you go.
Okay.
I hate computers.
I think you
Good
did
morning,
that.
everybody. Just want to let you know, Selnick Road is open. Malloy Road is open completely now. We've been working on some catch basin work has started on the project we have out there. The rain's not helping us none on that. The same with, we've been working on some asphalt repairs. Right now it's on hold because of all the rain. The asphalt plants ain't running. And tomorrow we'll be pouring the foundations at the cemetery.
And that's all you got, huh? Well, that's
That's-
good. Okay,
The Malloy project looks really good over there. The nice,
yeah.
nice guardrail there and everything.
And that's something the county's been wanting the township to put up for over 20 years is a guardrail, so we put it up with the project.
Hey, Dave.
You-
Hey, Dave, I've got those barricades in front of my driveway for that replacement they did there and around the sewer grate and whatnot. It looks great. Looks like there's another piece. You mentioned something about having to finish off a strip of that with something. Any idea on a rough timeline on that? I'm just curious.
Well, I've been hoping to do it all this week, but right now with the asphalt plants, the weather's hurt me on that.
That's fine.
I'm hoping by Friday I'll be able to patch it and it'll be wide open.
Just want to double check. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Dave, I just have a question about winter stuff coming up. Did you guys switch over plows yet? Just because, or how's that all going? And have you run into any issues with the plows that we might have additional expenditures on?
No, we haven't started doing that yet. I'm planning on that in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
Right now, it's not a rush. I mean, I know Wisconsin, all of them's getting hammered this weekend, but the track for us we're in pretty good shape yet.
Did we finish out buying more blades last year at the end of the season, or we need to replace a few?
We're gonna have to replace a couple, but the blades we have on most of the plows are them hardened steel ones. So you get 2 or 3 seasons out of them.
Okay.
So they're actually, most of them are actually in pretty good shape yet. It's just, we have 2 blades that run on steel blades, but I have them in the shop. So we should be in good shape.
and you're
Okay.
good on salt?
Yep, we're good on salt. We went with the state bid again this year, and Morton Salt, who's our supplier is, and we should be in really good shape unless all chaos breaks loose.
Do you have a full shed right now?
Not yet. We'll wait. There's stipulations with the state thing where you can't start bringing salt in until, well, actually I could probably order some now, but actually right now I'd like to use up some of the old stuff before I bring some new stuff in.
You had leftover stuff from the end of the season last year, didn't you?
Yeah, we had a couple 100 ton from last year.
Okay. Okay. So just the surprise snowstorm that comes out of nowhere, you got enough over there still.
Yeah, we're set. We're actually set pretty good right now. Except, like I said, checking the equipment. But most of the equipment was checked over before we put it away, so we should be in pretty good shape.
Sounds good, Dave. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, Cassie.
Hi.
Hello.
So I just
Hi.
have a couple informational pieces for you today. Just a reminder that Trick or Treat is Saturday, October 31st from 5 to 7 p.m. I've been working hard on our Christmas events. First is the Community Christmas Drive-Thru, which is on Sunday, November 29th from 5 to 7 p.m. And I just wanted to mention that I have gotten an outpouring of support from the community. Both our nonprofit groups and our businesses many of them have come to me or I've come to them and they've offered to participate in some way. So that's just really great to hear. And if any of the departments want to participate, please get in contact with me and I can tell you how to help. The other one is the Township Christmas Lighting Contest. I have some dates here. So if anybody's interested in participating, entries are due November 13th. Judging will take place after the Christmas drive-thru event, so it'll start on the 29th and go till the 13th. And then the winners will be announced after the trustee meeting on December 18th. And then I've started advertising on social media and our website for those. And I gave Sue a bunch of flyers for the community cupboard. And so we're advertising those events too.
Okay, now, is there going to be a best of Brimfield trophy or something?
Yeah, so there
Like
will
a
be
Christmas
prizes
ball?
for first, second, and third place for the lighting contest. And those prizes are going to be donated by Meyer. So thank you to them.
It'd be neat if you could do a trophy, like my wife watches all those shows where they got a big Christmas bulb or
Yes.
something, or a Christmas light.
Nick had an idea for a plaque with a photo on it for the first place winner. So we'll take a picture of their house and put it on an engraved plaque. And then he also wanted a copy for the town hall so that we can have those like as decoration at the town hall. So that would
Well, I think that would be great.
hopefully starting
So
some new
after,
traditions.
at the Christmas event, or, you know, the tree lighting, maybe you should, will you have a list of the people? We won't have a list by then, or just so we can let people know.
We should hopefully have a list by then because entries are going to be due by the 13th. I made the entries due early thinking that there will probably be some people that get it to me late. So I'll still have it in on time for that.
Yeah, I think this could be big. I mean, with people not able to go out, at least they could drive around with their kids and see these homes.
And if anyone wants to be a judge, I will be a judge. I know Nick wanted to be a judge, but if anybody wants to drive around and look at houses and judge some of the houses.
Can I nominate my wife?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. And then my final item is the Parks Advisory Committee. We've selected all of our candidates. They're all going to get their background checks right now. I created a park survey for them to do in the meantime to go out to our parks. I think I came up with like 13 different categories and just asked them to rate our parks based on, you know, safety, layout, design, those kind of things. Just something that's easy for them to do that we can come back, and that's going to kind of shape how we, what projects we decide to work on. So
I was looking at Facebook a couple weeks ago, and I was pleasantly surprised to see a group of hikers had walked our Edson Road Lions Community Trail, and they were all talking about it. So they had taken pictures and everything. So they're a group of people that go around and hike different trails.
yep,
So
one of the silver linings, one of the silver linings to the whole pandemic is that my parks are being used more, and people are getting out there and hiking our trails. So, and that's a really great social distancing activity to do. So I'm happy.
Well, it was nice to see Brimfield on there because I see his post all the time, and I always see other parks. But then I looked at it and I said, "Damn, that looks familiar."
Yeah.
And then, so that's a good thing, Cassie. So you're getting people out there to know about your parks.
Yep, I was out there yesterday. It's beautiful.
Very good.
Yep.
Wear
And
your
that's all I
mask.
had. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Cassie. Let's see, cemetery. Oh, we've already talked about the foundations will be poured. John, fiscal office?
Okay, what I had to add on there was our, I just got it the other day, our January 1st, 2021 Sumacare renewal for our insurance. This is going to be the second year in a row that we've really done well with Sumacare. They're giving us a 3.04% increase. Trend is running 7 to 10% for medical plans this year, so we're way below just even the trend. I know we have a very nice plan, and I'm sure we're not going to get any complaints from the employees about it, but I'm looking for an okay to renew with Suma for January 1st. We are currently grandmothered. I'll go through this again. The Affordable Care Act, when we started with that, we were grandfathered. And what that meant is that we could keep our old non-Affordable Care Act plan. But if we ever go out to shop the market, we have to go and look at all the Affordable Care Act plans, which are probably 25 to 30% higher than the Affordable Care Act plans, because we were a preferred rated group at SUMA. So after you were grandfathered the first year, and this is a weird word I had to get used to, you get grandmothered after that, every consecutive year after that you were grandfathered. So we again are in I think we're in our 6th year of being grandmothered by SUMA. We're still way under the market, and they gave us a 3% increase. So I think that's one of the best things that we've probably gotten to hear in 2020. So I'm asking for approval on the renewal with SumaCare for January 1st of 21.
Okay, well, I can make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
I have one thing that we're going to do. Nancy runs the benefits membership meeting here at the township, where we get people from the road, police, and fire to come in and talk about that. There is one thing that we have to change going into January. We have a stipend that is currently out there for people that elect not to take our insurance, which is a thing we put out there years ago. From our audit this year, and I don't know why we never got told this before on all of our audits for the last 10 years, but they want us to change the funding on how we do the stipend. So we're going to have, before the end of the year comes around, that stipend number for people that are not taking the insurance is actually going to reduce a little bit. And I'll bring the math to you at another meeting, but that's the only change that's going to really happen going into January. But Nancy runs that meeting with the board, so all the departments are going to know ahead of time, the members of each one of those departments. So we're going to talk about all that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you guys. All those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else, John?
That's all I got here, and I always have to, and I guess it's a little different this year, but November is usually the time I tell everybody to slow down spending stuff. It's different because of COVID, but I'm going to say, hey, if you're buying COVID stuff, that's okay. If you're buying other projects, please make sure that they're going to fit within your budget, and they're going to allow you to still have your carryover balance for January and February of 2021. So I guess I'm telling you to not put the brakes on, but please make sure you can cover your carryover going into 21. If it's COVID related, we have to take care of it. But if it's a special project that's not COVID related and we haven't done it yet, I would hope that maybe it gets pushed off into 21. So that's kind of to Dave and Craig and Roy, Cassie. That's just kind of FYI. So.
Okay. Thanks, John.
Sure.
You've done a good job keeping money. You know, it's not like it used to be.
You try.
Okay, well, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, with that being said, is there anything for the good of Portage County before we go into executive session? Is there anything
Or
we missed?
Brimfield.
Or Brimfield? Brimfield.
I don't have anything.
We
Okay.
do have an executive session after this, though.
Okay, well, let's take a 2-minute break and then we'll come back for the executive session. I'm going to make a motion that, see, we don't end this meeting, do we?
We adjourn for the executive session, and then we'll come back.
Okay, and you have the paperwork for the executive session?
I do.
So we're doing the way we should be doing, so.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then let's take a 2-minute adjournment and then we'll be back. Brian,
Okay.
you're going to turn us off?
YouTube live stream is off, and
No, we're good, Roy. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, guys, have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hey, we're live again.
Okay.
okay, we're back on.
Thank you, Brian.
We're out of executive session, and I would like to make a motion that we're going to make a differential pay adjustment for the captain position, which will be 15% more than, what do we want to call it, John?
More than the sergeants.
Not more than the sergeants.
Yes.
Just to create a little space in between since, well, you know what I'm talking about. So however you want that to read.
Here, let me finish this here and I'll read it back to you.
Okay.
Okay, move to add a 15% pay differential more than the current sergeant's contract for the PD captain effective November 2nd of 2020. Annual wages will now be $85,177 for the captain.
Second.
Okay. Okay, all those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. All right. Okay,
Well, with nothing else, I'm going to make a motion that we end this meeting.
Second.
okay, we're gonna move to adjourn at 9:05 a.m. All those in favor, Mike?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Motion passed. We're good.